The next guide that I wanted to talk about is a guide. His name is Dex. Um, Dex is a mantis guide, and he first presented himself when I was doing Psychic Circle a couple of years ago. And when I first started connecting to him, I wanted a little bit of a sign from him uh, just in my physical reality. So I wanted to get a sign early from him that he was one of my main guides. And he did. I asked for that sign the following day. I was at a break from my work, and I turned around the corner of a swimming pool and I saw maybe like a 20 to 25 centimeter long praying mantis. Massive. And that was a great physical sign that he was there with me to help me and support me. And he's given me a few phrases to work with, and he's given me one phrase, and he kind of comes in a little bit if I'm starting to meditate. And the affirmation or the phrase that he uses, or that he's helped me with, is stillness of the mind, stillness of the body. And I can kind of feel him when I'm first starting to meditate a little bit. I can kind of feel him, not as much anymore, but maybe he's there more subtly. But particularly when I needed to meditate or needed a bit more support to kind of get into that rhythm, he would come in, I would feel him stepping in a little bit, and he would repeat that phrase. So he would say, stillness of the mind, stillness of the body. And then he would kind of repeat. So he helps me a lot, particularly in my meditation practice. And, it's kind of cool tapping into him. He feels sometimes a little bit more divine. Well, he feels a bit more divine masculine, but I also think that this particular guide is a collective guide, because I always see this guide as a group of 10, and I see them in green. So I feel like when I tap into Dex, I'm tapping into, this one being, but I do feel like it's collective. And I've heard this happens a lot with the kind of mantis race or mantis beings, that they often will incarnate, or they will often explore things as a group. So when I'm connected to him, Dex, this guide, this collective, it makes me feel like I'm part of that wider group. And, he helps me with a lot of things, but particularly with stillness. So he'll come in and he'll still my mind a little bit and help me still my body so that I can meditate or meditate a little bit easier. So that's a bit more about Dex. And when I'm connecting to him, he feels a little bit above me. I think he's a little bit more of an etheric guide, or he's a lot lighter. So when I tap into him or I'm starting to connect to him, I feel him above me a little bit. So I feel like if I were to guess, he feels dimensionally, he's in the 6th dimension. Well, that's kind of what I can hear him saying a little bit. It's around the 6th dimension. So I have to raise a little bit to connect to him, and sometimes he'll drop, and that's how we start connecting and communicating with one another. But yes, I thought I would share a little bit more about Dex as a guide, and he helps me a lot with meditation. He helps me with stillness a lot, and I would say he's one of my main guides. So he comes in and helps me quite consistently from the mantis race, and I feel very close on that kind of more soul level. I feel very close to that race. I feel like I have a soul connection. So he's highlighted that for me as well. But that's a little bit more about Dex. All right, thank you.